Well, apparently Donald Trump advisors are plotting a reboot for the next debate. A report out just today says that Team Trump is planning on scaling down his campaign schedule so he can have more time to prepare and arm Trump with fresh attack lines. I think we heard glimmers of it just now about Clinton's financial dealings and possibly even her husband's indiscretion. So will this new strategy work, and will Donald Trump be able to win round 2 of the presidential debate game? Joining me now, Republican strategist Cathy, Democratic strategist Robin Biro, and Heather Higgins, president of the Independent Women's Voices. Heather, let me start with you. You were one of the few people on the right that sort of out the gate said, yeah, Hillary won the debate. Trump could have done better. Are you happy with what you're hearing for the next one?
Well, the piece that I wrote that I think that you're referring to, I wrote a couple, but basically the gist was the same, which is that she won the debate on points, which is what you would expect for somebody who's been through 15 of these and knows how to do it. But he was better positioned going into the next 2 or 3. And one thing... From an expectations point of view, or... because we heard that going into the first run. The bar's low. Right. And you know, the bar's now even lower. But the other advantage that he has is, if you think about it, his biggest challenge in this was to be less scary, to be more normal, to be presidential. So he was restrained, he was respectful, he was concerned. He did take the bait on some things, but there weren't any things coming out of this that were the sort of fodder that people could jump on and say, see, he's crazy. So he's already well ahead in sort of the meta language of what has driven his campaign so far already.
Although, Cathy, some people are disappointed, some Trump followers are disappointed. Might have spent a little bit too much time on the birtherism issue, even though it was lobbed at him. Might have spent too much time talking about Sean Hannity being his character witness and things like that. So what do you think, particularly when they start talking about Bill Clinton's indiscretions? We know it's an ugly, sordid past. Should that be brought up?
Well, first, I hope Sean didn't have to change his cell phone number because so many people calling after Trump said, call Sean Hannity. I think it's less...
Surprised they didn't make it an 800 number and make some money on it, yeah.
Business opportunities abound at Fox Business. It's less about him going down these paths on the attack and more about taking advantage of the opportunities that were there. The biggest thing for Donald Trump is to remember, I think, is very simple. Don't answer questions from Hillary Clinton. You can answer questions from the moderator, but if Hillary Clinton puts it back to you, you say what you want to say. He spent too much time answering questions.
What about the notion of not answering the questions from the moderator if these questions are designed to make you look bad in the first place? In other words, there were a couple of times he probably should have pivoted from those lesser hold questions sooner rather than dwell on them.
That's right, and they were unfair. I mean, he asked him, what, 6 follow-ups, and her... none, or 1, was it?
Right. Well, Robin, Hillary Clinton today on her plane, very jovial, very confident, and she was asked about, of course, Donald Trump perhaps bringing up Bill Clinton's long history of infidelities. She chuckled once, she kind of played it off a little bit, but how concerned is her camp about this?
Not at all. In fact, he suggested that the reason that he didn't say that was because Chelsea Clinton was in the audience, but she just gave an interview where she said that that was an absolute distraction from the real problems, from the real issues of this campaign. I just wanted to say that we're delighted that he offered up a buffet of word salad. Unfortunately for him, it didn't have a sneeze guard. And judging by all the sniffling that he did, I think he probably could have used it.
Although if you look at the next day, he was in Florida with 15,000 people there, and she was in North Carolina with 1,800. So, you know, word salad might taste pretty good.
It might taste pretty good.
Put a little salad dressing on?
And of course, you know, not enough polls have come out since then in terms of how much this moved the needle, but there's a sense that it might have stopped this momentum.
A little bit, but on the other hand, again, back to the normal thing. He's not used to debating, and so he was confronted with these challenges, and he went and he responded to them as any normal human being would want to do. He wanted to defend himself. The Clinton campaign knew this, and they provoked them. On the other hand, when she was attacked, she just kind of gave this frozen smile as though she didn't owe the American public any explanation or any defense at all. And that, again, goes to the problem that she's got, where he's basically running an outsider versus Washington insider elitist campaign, and she failed on that one.